Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, and vitamin D, baby, coming from up there and right in front of your screen. So, my friend, you can see we are at the North Peninsula State Park, wherever that is. All I know is that we just passed Daytona, and we are about 15 minutes from Daytona International Speedway. NASCAR, that's where all the NASCARs are. But the beach, beautiful. And if you notice, like I have not been wearing a shirt, is because we are in the 90s and it's windy. And if you know what Florida is like, it's humid. My body is starting to adjust, and I'm really glad that it is. But we are about to go down there and go for a swim. But my friend, today I want to talk about Hollywood, and so here's my question for you. Movies, so how do you think they come up with the idea? Did it already happen, or is going to happen? What you mean? My head hurt. Stop. Because I get a lot of information just like watching movies, but then you kind of have to distinguish. It's like the movie industry. The movie industry, there are going to be good producers, good casts, good movie, and then there are going to be propaganda movies. And when we talk about social conditioning, right, I realize this, this shit is real. Like, social conditioning is real, especially the news. We can put the news on the side because we know. It's like, but it's not just the news. When we look at with this whole flu pandemic, it's like when we look at the people in government, we look at even movies, right? Now I want to talk strictly about Hollywood because I was watching a comedy movie of I forgot the name of the movie, but basically it was this a father, he has a child, then he escaped, or not escaped, but he went to America to make a living, to support his kid and family, and then he didn't get a chance to return. And then one day his kid grew up, and he became a CEO of he's an engineer, he's a wealthy engineer, and then he went to America, and then he saw his half brother. So the whole movie was about them taking a road trip because the dad was passing away, and the guy and the first son, he was really mad at his dad for not coming back to was it Mexico or somewhere in Mexico. And he didn't come back for him. So the whole movie was about the two brothers, the two half brothers, taking a road trip. Khan, how do I know what you're saying is true? And I realized, when he said, all you Americans think that Mexico are a bunch of thugs, cartel, poor country. And when he said that, I was like, how did you know that? And what I realized is from movies, like movies that we watch, there are certain messages that's being put out, and it's not a coincidence that even myself included, I always thought of Mexico or Cancun or all these countries are like cartels, they're drug dealers, they're poor, they're like that's stereotyping. But the whole movie, I think that was the main part that I got out of it, and then the other movie was about, and Man, I'm trying to remember, but it was on HBO. It was on HBO, and pretty much is about a detective went and try to infiltrate the KKK. And believe it or not, that whole movie, the KKK, pretty much like the portrayal of the Trump supporters. What? And I was like, wow, it's like, so my friend, when you watch a movie, you got to be really careful because, movies can be propaganda as well. A certain message that, the producer is trying to put out. And remember, the Hollywood is even bigger than the mainstream media. They are in the billion dollars industry. It is about perception. Like for these people, they're so rich, they don't even need the money. Okay, it's about your perception, because your perception is how they enslave humanity. And what I mean by enslaving is that we keep fighting over the same weird shit. We fight over anything. We fight over grass. We fight, man, it's so crazy. But see, the poor will always focus on the money, while the rich will focus on perception, and the powerful, they focus on the resource or resources. That's how it goes. I think, they say that the slaves use paper money, kings and queens use precious metals, gods and goddesses, natural resources, right? I just made that up. But I think that's how it works. Aha! Oh my God, I never thought of it that way. Genius! So my friend, that's the little thing that I observed when I was watching movies. I've been watching a lot of movies because I have free time, like one movie a day. And when I watch movies, I don't pay the name. I don't pay attention to the name, the directors or whatever. I focus on the movie. And I realize, it's like movies can be propaganda as well. Okay, my friend, I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna take a dip in the water, try to overcome the wave, my fear of waves coming in, swallowing me. So much love, my friend. I will see you in the next video. And we are about an hour away from Jacksonville, okay? So, ta-da.